It's generally very simple. You A and D to move and W to jump. And if you hold the button down, you can jump higher. This is a crucial part of game development, is teaching the player the basics right off the bat. So you saw you can easily jump up walls.
Yeah.
Because it's a Metroidvania, you can find collectibles and other useful things.
That's one thing I like, because well, I mean, like in Metroid, you would progress through like the power-ups, right? You wouldn't be able to jump on the walls immediately, but like,
yeah, I know.
I imagine there's like other power-ups you get in this game, like later on.
Yeah. The idea was first to be a linear 2D platformer, but as I told more people about it, everyone just kept telling me, oh, you want to make a Metroidvania? And I wasn't really sure what that meant at first, because I didn't know what a Metroidvania was. But then I did my research. I played other Metroidvania games like Hollow Knight and Super Metroid and Ori and the Blind Forest, and I had a better understanding on how the game was. So I thought, this seems like a cool idea. Everybody's on board there, why don't I give it a try? So this is where I came up with.
How long did you have to make it? Like, I imagine it's like one of the biggest challenges, right?
Yeah, as a solo developer, I had to do every crucial thing for it. I had to design the player movement, I had to design how to fight back, I had to get the art, I had to find the audio, I had to do everything. And it took me about almost a year, about 9 months to be exact. It's so weird seeing my game run at 60 frames per second. Yeah, level design is a very complicated thing to narrow down right, but I've had a lot of practice with it. And a lot of good feedback from other players, other people I reached out to who were friends and family, and other students who I went to at LaSalle, including some of the teachers as well. They really enjoyed it. So unlike most 2D games, I thought of a more ambitious idea to play around with Unity's lighting and post-processing. That's why there are areas where there's complete darkness, and I had other sorts of light sources like the mushrooms and the plants itself. But I wanted to play around more with that lighting. I wanted to give the player an idea of how to navigate through such a darkness. And you'll find out exactly what I came up with once you reach the end of this part.
Like the color scheme is like really vibrant, even in like dark places like this.
Yeah. Going for the more mysterious sort of
Yeah.
So now you come across your second power-up.
Oh, there we go.
Your flashlight. Now you can navigate the darkness. However, you can only see where you're aiming.
Alright. If someone wanted to like speedrun this or something, they'd have to like just take it to the gym. Maybe like kill something else.
Yeah. You know, funny thing about speedrunning this game, most of the students at LaSalle, their games usually last about 10 or 15 minutes because they just want to get the idea onto them really quickly, and they only have such limited time to make their game. However, when I played my game, and when other people played their game, it took them about an hour to beat it. I was actually surprised on how long it took. They actually thought this was a good thing to extend the duration, because Metroidvanias are not something you just want to rush through, basically.
It's like a lot of like backtracking that makes it well more than like 10 to 15 minutes, like you say. Most people's games are.
Yeah, all Metroidvanias are all about the backtracking. The first like 10 or 15 minutes of the game usually holds the player's hand because they don't know where they're going. But eventually they'll stop doing that.
Did this require like a little bit of like research, like what to do with the genre? Like
yeah.
Like for example, like playing like other games, like
yeah, I had to do a lot of research with this sort of genre because it was new to me. I needed to figure out what the Metroidvania formula was at first, because if I just make a 2D platformers, they're just gonna think it's like a Mario game at some point. So I had to really research more about what makes a Metroidvania, what encourages the player to explore this vast world and discover. Maybe I'll implement a sprint option so the player can run faster.
And I don't think it needs to be like a dash or something, but like any like movement based ability.
Yeah.
I really like that game.
Yeah, thank you.
I think because like that was like one of my favorite games growing up. Super Metroid on the Game Boy. Have you ever played it?
I did play Super Metroid. I played the port on the Nintendo Switch.
What's the next game? What's Seers Legacy 2 going to be?
I don't know.
If you're interested in a career in game development, check out LaSalle College, link in the description below.